Hey everyone, and welcome to yet another video here on the Tone Peter YouTube channel. So today we got a new face with us. This is our beloved sound engineer Marta.
Hi everybody.
And today we're taking a look at the Anasounds Elements. So that's why I wanted to have someone that actually understands tone and sound more than I do. The Anasounds Elements is a spring reverb, and the special thing about that is that it's not only the pedal that you can see on the left, but also you can choose between 3 different springs. This is the smallest one, and it's called Le Bon. I hope that I pronounced it kind of right. But anyway, let's not talk too much today because we got a lot to cover in this video because we want to go through all the 3 springs, right? So this is how the amp sounds. I'm using a Fender Professional Stratocaster going to this 86 Marshall JCM 800, and it's a kind of cleanish sound, you know. So that was how the amp sounds. Let's see how it sounds with a pedal and every knob turned to 12 o'clock. Martha, can you engage Le Bon? You feel that the room becomes bigger and the sound has more air to breathe. And as soon as you're playing single note lines, and especially when you have pauses and breaks in between, then it becomes clear that there's a reverb going on. So this is everything turned to 12 o'clock, but there are some settings that Marta talked about before we did this video. So what is it that we should try out with this pedal?
At the moment we are in the clean mode. So the suggestion we got from Anasound itself is to get our out to the maximum. And then we can just maybe play around with the other settings. So we have this mix knob, which is pretty cool because when you put it to the maximum, you actually have 100% wet mix, which is what you would also like, the kind of possibility that you would also have in a mixing session for your sound. And then anything else less than that is going to be a mix between your original sound and the sound going through the pedal.
All right. So it's basically dry and wet.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
And then we also have 2 EQs, one for the low frequencies, one for the highest frequencies, and maybe we can see what those do.
All right. So let me play a little. Okay, now it sounds very responsive. Like the more you turn up the output to 100%, right?
Yes, I did. And
Which
I
is
also
level,
turned up the mix quite a bit.
But if you're turning up the mix to 100%, this is getting more into like ambient, experimental territory, you know? Like, doesn't matter what I'm playing. Sounds very, very epic and very, very, just experimental and ambient. So that's the very small spring that we got here.
Yes.
And we got 2 more to cover. So should we switch to the next one?
Let's go to the next one.
Here we are back with La Brute. That sounds surprisingly well. I should learn French. But anyway, this one is a little bigger than the one we had before. So again, everything is turned to 12 o'clock. And let's see how it sounds. All right, it sounds bigger.
Yes.
Maybe it
sounds more complex, I think, rather than bigger. I don't know.
Yeah, that might be actually a good term to use. But it generally sounds like there's more going on within the spring than with the first one.
The texture, I think, is richer. Is also slightly warmer, I think, than the other one.
Yeah, that might be. Maybe it was also because I used the neck pickup, but also with the bridge. Definitely warmer, yeah. Okay, so let's do what we did to the other one. Let's go a bit through the settings and see what we can do. Now it starts to get very, very experimental, but I like that. And as with the first one, I like doing the these open string kind of licks. They really get the vibe of what this pedal is about. And they really support this shimmery character of what is going on there.
Oh, we should also try the saturation mode at some point.
That's what I wanted to ask. So can we take a look to this saturation mode?
It's adding harmonics, it's adding distortion. The setting on the out needs to be considerably lower because if you have it higher as we had it on the...
Yeah, okay, if you like that.
I mean, yeah, it depends on what you're doing. Right?
I put it up at 100%, I'm gonna play some black metal. Let's go for the big one then.
Okay.
See you in a second. So here we are back with the last one, with the final boss, which is called Le Truand. And I don't know what it means, do you?
No. I'm sorry, my French is not good enough.
Well, so we don't know what that means, but what we know in a second is how this thing sounds. So again, everything 12 o'clock. Let us go!
Definitely bigger, I think, this one.
This, like, not only, like, it makes sense because it's bigger, so there's more, like, vibration happening, right?
Yeah, the springs are much longer. This one actually has 2 set of springs connected.
Oh, I see. Very interesting. And I don't know how, like, I can't imagine how much time it takes to build these. Like, you know, it's very mechanically very impressive what these guys are doing there. Yeah, but if we now do the same thing and turn up the output, then let's see how it sounds. All right, so again, there we're kind of drifting into experimental ambient stuff, but generally the feel from a guitar player's perspective is it's sounding very similar to the other one, but just the reverb is longer and bigger, and the vibration. It feels like the sound in the room would vibrate a little more. I hope that you guys can get the same feeling in the video. So let's do one last saturation mode test, because I'm curious like how this big one would react to that. So if you guys want to check out these pedals using your very own settings, then what you should do is go down to the description box, because my good friend Marta spent some of the last weeks recording all of these pedals with different playing styles and different settings. So you guys can interactively play around with that. And yeah, that sums it up. Very nice experience to test these pedals. You usually don't play stuff like that, but it is fun. So that's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and see you next time.
Bye.